Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got some excellent news for Canoo fans. The Canoo stock pumps on the 3,000 vehicle sales agreement. Can Canoo stocks get back to its feet on the Zeba fleet deal news? So this is excellent news for Canoo. Canoo has just announced an agreement with Zeba, which will purchase at least 3,000 Canoo EVs. Now Zeba will add some of the company's vehicles to its long-term fleet leasing portfolio. And the Canoo stock move up this morning, but it's since flattened out on the news. So we're going to take a look at the stocks as well. Now today's definitely a headline making day for Canoo. Apparently fleet leasing provider Zeba just agreed to purchase at least 3,000 vehicles. Could it be even more than 3,000 vehicles in the near future? That is left up to the imagination, of course. Of course, we need Canoo to start producing vehicles in mass numbers, in larger numbers. Of course, Zeba isn't the first company to order a large amount of vehicles from Canoo. But the real question is, can Canoo actually deliver this huge number? Now, on top of that, Zeba also intends to add 2 types of Canoo EV to its fleet portfolio. These certainly seems like positive developments, but today's traders are still decided what to do with the Canoo stocks. Now, obviously, yes, the stock jumped on the positive news. But of course, those traders quickly realized, hold on a minute, Canoo still isn't producing vehicles at high capacity, and it's not nearing that in the future. Canoo right now lacks a lot of things. This deal being fulfilled by Canoo, the deal between Zeba and Canoo, is probably 2 to 3 years away from being fulfilled. For a lot of investors, that's not good enough, not even close. For a lot of investors, they want to see Canoo vehicles on the road this year or at least early next year because they're running out of patience. Now we know Canoo is based in California. Canoo makes futuristic looking EVs that are both sleek and powerful. Now the company produces electric pickup trucks. Amongst other vehicles, it also receives a large number of EV orders from Walmart. That was back in July this year. So that's what I mean. It's not just Zeba. Walmart also wants to purchase a lot of Canoo vehicles, but Canoo is having a really tricky time staying up with the demand. There is a large amount of demand, and Canoo needs more funding, but a lot of investors out there are reluctant to invest in Canoo at this moment. And that is despite the huge amount of demand. Now today's news isn't the Walmart deal. However, it's about Zeba signing an agreement to buy 5,450 American-made Canoo EVs. So earlier I said the numbers were 3,000 EVs. You see the agreement, it includes an initial binding commitment of 3,000 EVs throughout 2024. The press release also states that Zeba will add 2 types of Canoo EV lines. The first is the lifestyle vehicle and the lifestyle delivery vehicle. This is adding it to its long-term fleet leasing portfolio. So the first 3,000 vehicles are literally just a binding commitment. But Zeba does intend to purchase even more vehicles, up to 5,500 vehicles. That's pretty good. And this could just be the start of an amazing relationship between Zeba and Canoo. If Canoo manages properly, if Canoo can deliver vehicles on time without disappointments, without major recalls, then this could be an amazing thing for Canoo. Who knows what the future could hold? Now looking at the stock for today, as I promised, the stock did jump. Not by a lot, but it did have a slight jump. Now this is a look at the share price on today, trading day. Pricing start roughly around $1.35-38. Remarkably, it jumped as high as $1.45. But like I said, in the last few hours, the price has been tapering down back to $1.38, $1.39 as to where it is right now. But nevertheless, it is still a positive impact on the Canoo share. It is still a positive news for Canoo. Hopefully with all of these order numbers coming into the Canoo company, investors might finally realize that this is a gaping opportunity. This is a brilliant opportunity. For a company that is only valued at $394 million, they have some impressive IP. That's intellectual property, of course. Their intellectual property stands at a few different EV vehicles. They've got their own platform. They've got plenty of things that makes them valuable. The thing that they're missing is not marketing. It's not a lack of demand. It's a lack of supply and a lack of funding. They need more supply and more funding. It seems to me Canoo has more than enough orders. They need, of course, real individuals investing in the company who will believe in the company long term. Investors who won't just give up on the company after a few months or after a year. So of course the question remains, where can the Canoo share go from here? In the last month, the Canoo share is coming from a high of $2.83, $2.32, and it's just been falling ever since. Is there even a slight chance of Canoo getting back to $2 before the end of the year? I doubt it. Unless there is some positive news that Canoo is finally producing vehicles, then that is exciting. And not just producing vehicles, but producing vehicles in large quantity, in large numbers, as they need to. Granted, I do understand that they have to start small. They have to start with low manufacturing numbers in order to understand their manufacturing process and to improve it. I understand that. But this is their chance and they need to impress. Because investors are not really thinking logically like myself. Investors are thinking immediate. Investors are looking at great opportunities out there from other companies. And investors will question everything about Canoo. Why should they invest in Canoo when there's other EV companies that can bring a bigger yield? What about Tesla that is currently kind of undervalued? Investors would rather put their money in Tesla, NIO, Rivian. Despite the fact that Rivian is slightly overvalued, Rivian has been breaking delivery numbers. Rivian has been doing terrific. Granted, where they started this year and to where they are right now, Rivian is delivering some of the largest EV numbers for a small company who just began this year. Rivian is quickly catching up to EV companies such as NIO, such as Polestar, and Rivian isn't waiting for permission. They're just doing it. They're just doing it and they're getting along with it. And I like that kind of attitude. Just get it done. To explain something to you, Rivian made over 7,000 electric pickups and SUVs in Q3 alone. That is mighty impressive. And for Polestar, Polestar made just over 9,000 vehicles in the same period. Now, Rivian does have much more funding than Canoo. I understand that. That's the big difference. But I also believe that Rivian has better leadership. And that's not necessarily because of money. Rivian is run by its founder. But its founder was smart enough to understand that they need a vast amount of money to even stand a chance of producing 20 to 25,000 vehicles this year. And based on everything, Rivian seems like they will accomplish this goal with ease. Now that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and of course, I'll see you in our next video.